And I think we're live. Excellent. Yeah, so I am still sick. Oh, let me tone that down a bit. Is that a little better? Yeah, that looks better. Not just screaming at you. Okay, yep. So I'm still sick, but I'm feeling better than I was before, and now I'm streaming from my PC. It looks like things are going okay. And audio seems to be working. This is great. Alright, let's start in. Half-Life 2. Alright, so this is part of the David Perry Challenge. The David Perry Challenge.
Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Not that I wish to imply you have...
Let's see if I can tone down that audio some.
And all the effort in the world would have gone to waste until... Well, let's just say your hour has come again.
Man, when this game came out in 2004, this was
the right man in the wrong
It was incredible.
Can make all the difference in the world. So wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes.
So by the way, I'm playing all of these vanilla. It's still a little loud. Hold on a second. Better? Yeah. Okay, so I just want my voice to be better, higher than what's in here.
I didn't see you get on. Well, end of the line.
Welcome. Welcome to City 17. You have chosen, or been chosen, to relocate to one of our finest remaining urban centers. I thought so much of City 17 that I elected to establish my administration here, in the citadel so thoughtfully provided by our benefactors. I've been proud to call City 17 my home. And so, whether you are here to stay or passing through on your way to parts unknown, welcome to City 17.
It's so Orwellian. The feels this game gives is great. And the physics. Okay, there's a lot of cool things about this, and the leap in technology that this game brought at the time is really hard to overstate.
This stuff, it's all I have left. All right, I'm moving.
Hey, stop it, man. Yeah, okay, so this opening sequence, establishing these guys as
17. You have chosen
as something worth avoiding is crazy good. Physics. No one would do this today, but I love that this is built, you know, a physics engine there to be able to play with the physics. Play with the physics.
Overwatch stopped our train in the woods and took my husband for questioning. They said he'd be on the next train.
Welcome.
I'm not sure when that was. They're nice though, letting me wait for him.
They're nice letting me wait for him. Yeah. The environment that they built for this game is so good. Something in the water guy. Yup. So I'm going to be playing this for about 2 hours today, or until I get it. But I'll probably just dive all 2 hours into this, assuming nothing comes up.
One of our finest remaining urban centers. I thought so much of City 17 that I elected to establish my administration here, in the citadel so thoughtfully provided by our benefactors. I've been proud to call City 17 my home. And And so, whether you are here to stay or passing through on your way to parts unknown, welcome to City 17.
This must be a mistake. I got a standard relocation coupon just like everybody else.
It's not very subtle, but it's perfect. I mean, what? We're only like 2 minutes into this. Oh, hey. Hey, Mug King. How you doing? I'm just looking for the chat for the first time. What does the tick rate do if you pump it up to 1,000? Does it like amplify it, or does it make it better, or
about
what?
that beer I owed you? It's me, Gordon Barney from Black Mesa. Hey, sorry for the scare. I had to put on a show for the cameras. I've been working undercover with civil protection.
Alright, so I like the Half-Life 2 Barney. I kind of miss the Half-Life 1 Barney. He's not quite the same.
Barney, what is it? I'm in the middle of a critical test.
Sorry, Doc, but look who's here.
But he's pretty
Great
BA.
Scott! Gordon Freeman! I expected more warning.
Yeah, you and me both, Doc. He was about to board the express to Nova Prospect.
Well, Barney, what do you intend?
I'm thinking.
So if
Alex is
I
around here somewhere.
put it,
She would have a
I
better
can't like
idea.
drop it into here or something. Let's see, tick rate or something. Yeah, no.
Getting here.
Well, as long as he stays away from checkpoints, we should be okay. Listen, I gotta go, Doc. We're taking enough chances as it is.
Very well. And, Gordon, good to see you.
It's weird. I'm actually
Okay,
dealing
Gordon,
with lag.
you're
I don't
gonna
know
to
why I
make
have
your own way
lag.
to Dr. Kleiner's lab.
No, that's fine.
Oh man, that's what I was afraid of. Get in here, Gordon.
Okay, so
blow my
Half-Life
cover.
2 and Half-Life 1 managed to capture
Some stuff to get
so
through that
much of
window.
the
Keep going till you're in the-
cinematics and everything in real time, and I love that they never break into cutscenes. It's something that I haven't seen a ton of other games do, at least in this particular genre. You know, the cinematic kind of heavy game. What does E do? How do I go flatter? Okay, cool. Latency lag, like you press stuff with your keyboard and then half a second later you move or something, or a quarter second later. It's interesting. Even on a modern computer. Okay, so I just played Breath of the Wild for the last analysis, and this one is like the exact opposite. The exact opposite of this. It's just these really curated hallways, and to me they feel like the two extremes of like this is super linear, and it's perfectly curated linear hallways. Like this sequence is so good. Like, how can you not throw it at his face? Yeah.
All its associated hopes and fears for the future of the species. I also
So much of this game is like just play with the physics and everything, but
really know what's best for us. What gives
if you
us
take
the
it seriously,
this kind of decision
it's
for
super
mankind?
dark. Like Half-Life Alyx, I think, did a better job in that, like, because you're moving. Better job is probably the wrong word.
The anxieties underlying your concern,
What are you eating?
rather than try to answer every possible question you might
If you,
have.
because everything is so much more curated and small and detailed in Half-Life Alyx, you know, you're like rubbing people's faces and sticking cups in their nose, up their nose and stuff like that, and that's pretty funny. But basically anything that has physics, it's like you just want to start messing with it. There's no real consequences for doing so, other than they like get annoyed and you just like let your inner 12-year-old out. It's pretty great. Okay, that's pretty cool when they take your picture and it flashes in your eyes and you can't see. It's very invasive. It makes you feel very, I don't know, invaded, vulnerable, something like that. That's pretty great.
Instinct was our mother.
The constant Big Brother video screens.
Instinct coddled us.
It's safer
kept
here.
us safe in those hard scrabble years.
Hey,
Alex,
Alex, how you doing? Welcome to the stream.
Meals above a meager fire,
Yeah, so as a heads up, this is me. So I'm a game designer. I work in the industry. And this is part of my continuing education. I'm just kind of really trying to codify my thoughts on game design. David Perry, the game designer dude that's worked on everything, you know, Earthworm Jim and Gaikai and stuff like that. Like 11 years ago, he came up with this idea. He came up with this idea for upcoming game designers to. He would give them a recommendation in a job interview if they would play the top 100 games, most popular games, and write like basically a one-page book report about it, so that when you went into an interview, you knew what you're talking about. Like, oh yeah, I've played Pokemon. Yeah, I've played Half-Life. Yeah, I've played God of War. Oh, I love these guys. So I have off and on, before I got into the industry, I kind of started this challenge more than once. The consistency is the hard part, playing all these games. All these little checkpoints, they never let you through, but they let the NPCs through. Okay, man. Backing off. Backing off. So, anyway, thought it would be really valuable for me to continue to try to make it through all these games, even though I do work in the industry. I don't necessarily need the recommendation, but there are a lot of great game mechanics to pull. So what I'm essentially playing this game for is trying to understand. Hey, Sergeant Tootie, good to see you. Trying to understand what makes the games as so dang popular. Like, why do people like them? Sometimes it's obvious. Sometimes, like most of these games up at the top of the list, I know really well. I've played them quite a bit. I know why they're interesting. But I'm just talking my way through them and hoping to get some of your guys' insight as well as I'm playing. Like, what are the things that you love about these games? And hopefully we can tease out what makes these games so great. So I don't have any super strong goals or anything other than just like talk through what I think of it, and happy to get your thoughts about stuff as well. I think this art direction on these guys is perfect. Like I think this would be a great cosplay or Halloween costume sometime. Let's be one of these Combine dudes. They're a little dark. The physics playground. I remember this. So much of this game for me... Okay, so this game came out when I was like 13 or 14 or something like that. And I watched all the videos leading up to it being released. And just the physics engine alone, I think, sold this game. It's great that it's a good game otherwise, but I think if they had just sold the physics engine. Hey, smart guy. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. I think it'll I think it still would have sold pretty dang well. This sequence is so good. So this, I guess, is like the tutorial section of this game. And thinking of this as a tutorial is really interesting because it's pretty dark, first off. But it's teaching you how to mess with the physics. It's setting you up for the world. He's on CRTs too? Man. And then you get to do all sorts of nonsense like that, because how can you not? Exploring the depth of the physics. This game managed to somehow make me feel like, genuinely made me feel like I was part of a resistance group, like I was just one element part of it.
Can't take it anymore. What are we going to do?
Well, I'm glad you're here to watch, smart guy. This is a pretty killer game. It's actually funny I've been playing Half-Life Alyx recently, and the difference in fidelity between the textures and the world and stuff is pretty stark. Like, we really have come quite a long way. This was the pinnacle of art at the time, though. So, interesting.
Attention, residents. Miscount detected in your block. Cooperation with your civil protection team. Punish full rather than reward.
Yeah, so there's a lot of this stuff that they introduced. These little scripted, like, come be part of a cinematic sequence with me. And they trigger things behind you. Oh yeah, so then you gotta run away because they're like coming right after you.
Failure to cooperate will result in permanent off-world relocation.
Oh yeah, and they funnel you around. There's so much. Oh, this is so bespoke and handcrafted. Bespoke and handcrafted is, yeah, but definitely handcrafted. And then somehow they make a scene transition here. That was interesting. So the audio cue right there made that scene transition work. Notice I don't have a gun yet. I'm just running across rooftops and stuff. No gun. They come in behind me. I don't have health, so I'm like in a simplified version of this game. If you're coming from the original Half-Life, it's like you have no idea what's going on, why you're here. The previous game, you were just in Black Mesa, so there was nothing. There's nothing super gnarly about this at the time, or about the series at the time. And all of this art direction and Orwellian stuff came from, you know, between Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2. But it just works so well and works reverse canon-wise and everything. They've just done a really good job. So, tutorial not done yet, but opening image on the Save the Cat beat sheet is close. Oh, yep. Crap. And you run away, and then you can't get up the stairs, and you get the crap beat out of you. That's such a strong open sequence. Hey, how's the bitrate on my stream?
Dr. Freeman, I presume.
I'm still trying to figure out the best settings.
The Combine can be slow to wake, but once they're up, you don't want to get in their way. Dr. Kleiner said you'd be coming this way. I don't think it occurred to him that you might not have a map.
Engineered to be the coolest early 2000s girl ever.
I'm Alex Vance.
Such a crush on her.
My father worked with you back in
as a teenager.
Mesa. I'm sure you don't remember me, though. Man, a few words, aren't you?
I actually knew people that dressed like her.
Remember him from
back
Black
in the day.
Mesa? Your old administrator. Don't get my dad started on Dr. Breen. Through here.
Okay, so all of the plot is basically like through these just talking at you conversations. It's interesting.
Funny, you showing up on this day in particular.
Yeah, funny. I don't know why.
We've been helping people escape the city on foot. It's a dangerous route to my father's lab, through the old canals.
Yeah, I'm just walking through a bunch of hallways. Not a lot of
Today,
exploration
we're
going
finally
on.
the
I'm just
verge of
taking it
having
all
a
in.
better way.
It's okay though. The game's just so good.
Here, let me buy you a drink. Oh, and by the way, nice to finally meet
Dr.
you.
Breen's private reserve, that's funny. Yeah. Excuse me.
Where did she get to? Lamar, come out of there!
Uh-oh, everything all right, Dr. Kleiner?
Oh, hello, Alex. Well, almost all right. Lamar has gotten out of her crate again. If I didn't know better, I'd of trapping and... My goodness. Gordon Freeman. It really is you.
Found him wandering around outside. Bit of a troublemaker, isn't he?
We owe a great deal to Dr. Freeman, even if trouble does
So-
tend to follow in his wake.
These cinematic sequences, they do
I must
kind of
say,
have an
you come
optimal
at a
way.
very
If you
opportune
just stand
time.
there and look
Alex
at them,
has just installed the final piece for our
you get the
resurrected
best
teleport.
I
experience.
can't take any credit for the
But the
breakthrough,
fact that you
Doc.
never
Nonsense.
lose
Your
control
talents
is pretty great.
surpass your loveliness.
Let's just see if this thing works, okay?
Well, is he here?
Hey, Barney.
Man, Gordon, you stirred up the hive.
About that beer you owe me.
We can't keep him here long, Doc. It'll jeopardize everything we've worked for.
Don't worry, he's coming with me.
That's right, Barney. This is a red letter day. We'll inaugurate the new teleport with a double transmission.
You mean it's working? For real this time?
What's up,
Because I
Trust?
still have nightmares about that cat.
Atrocity,
No,
nice.
There's nothing to be nervous about.
cat?
We've made major strides since then. Major strides.
What cat?
Doc,
I'll go by
since
Austin.
he's
That's not my
taking the
name,
streets,
but
you might as well get him out of his city.
Pretty sure calling me Austin's
Oh dear.
a good
you're
idea.
right. I almost forgot. Barney, I'll give you the honor.
Huh.
I'll take
I've
it.
got to get back on my shift, but okay.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming by and watching. It's always better to do it with people than... Whoa! Oh my gosh. Freaking head humper.
Get it off me!
Lamar, there you
I
are.
thought you got rid of that pet.
Certainly not. Never fear, Gordon. She's debeaked and completely harmless. The worst she might do is attempt to couple with your head. Fruitlessly.
Fruitlessly, of
Get that
course.
thing away from me!
Here, my pet. Hop up. No,
I think I need a
up
t-shirt
there.
that's like
No, no. Careful, Lamar.
freaking head
Those
humper.
are quite fragile. Oh, fie. It'll be another week before I can coax her out of there.
Yeah, longer if we're lucky.
Barney, you're not an animal person.
You know, comedy's not very easy to do in video games. Because a lot of what makes comedy work is timing. And in traditional storytelling, the only way you can do comedy is during a cutscene. So you play the game and then you do a little comedy sequence. And then you do gameplay and then another cutscene with comedy sequence. But because they blend the two, and they've done it across Portal and things like that as well,
Get your suit on, Gordon.
and everything is just in-game, they can time the comedy so much better.
Well, Gordon, I see your AGV suit still fits you like a glove. At least the glove parts do.
At least the glove parts do.
But I'll just acquaint you with the essentials. Now,
Yeah,
let's
Lamar's
see.
the head crab's name for sure.
The Mark V hazardous environment suit has been redesigned for comfort and utility. Oh dear.
Doc, we don't have time for this. At least get that suit juiced up, Gordon.
Good idea. There's a charger on the wall. I've modified your suit to draw power from Combine energy outlets, which are plentiful wherever they patrol.
Meanwhile, let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, in Half-Life Alyx, these would be like higher resolution. You could actually read them all. Find more watermelon for Lamar. These are all funny. Similarly to Breath of the Wild, everything's got this just-in-time tooltip here. That's nice. Okay, scene transition, you know, because the music just hit.
Gordon, why don't you position yourself near the panel over there and wait for my word?
Isaac, are you there?
Yes, Eli. Bit of a holdup on this end. You'll never guess who found his way into our lab this morning.
That's not who I think it is it?
Indeed it is, and it's our intention to send him packing straight away in the company of your lovely daughter.
Are you ready for us, Dad?
We're all set on this end.
Then let's do it.
Let's see. The restless field flux should self-limit, and I've clamped the manifold parameters.
I like that I'm like a scientist, so they treat me like a scientist, even though I'm like the main hero dude with the gun.
Hey, yeah, about that cat.
Visualizing in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
Doctor, the plug.
Excellent.
You gonna let Gordon throw the switch?
Gordon, go right ahead. Very good.
Gotta keep me engaged. I gotta be the one that flips the switch.
I can't look.
Okay, so the model transition there, with those the spinny things, different models when they're going fast versus when they're going slow. Yeah, you see that texture pop right there. It's clever, makes it look really good.
Did it work?
See for yourself.
Hey, Doc.
Thank goodness. My relief is almost palpable.
My
Fantastic
relief
work,
is
Ace.
almost palpable.
Well, I can't take all the credit. Dr. Freeman proved an able assistant.
Let's go ahead and bring Gordon through now.
Right you are. Speak to you again in a few moments.
Good job, Gordon. Throwing that switch and all. I can see your MIT education really pays for itself.
All right, Barney. Your turn.
Gee, thanks.
Gordon, as soon as you're in position, we'll send you to Eli's.
And not a moment too soon.
Excellent.
Alright, the foreshadowing when Alex was standing here and things could go wrong. Ah, but she made it through the other side, teleported just fine.
Out there, Gordon.
Like, there's just so much
We're ready to
solid script writing here.
Bon voyage. And best of
I should
luck.
look up who wrote these scripts.
Final sequence.
There's Chet in here. Oh yeah, and Lamar already foreshadowed doing a bunch of nonsense. And then this, chasing, and then I'm back. Yeah, this whole sequence is great.
I'm not sure. It seems to be some kind of interference.
Hey, Foot, you get you out of there. Who are you? How did you get in here?
Oh, I'm in that dude's office. Alright, so foreshadow that I'm now on everybody's radar, even the bad guys. There's just a lot of things that are done right about the beginning of this game.
Don't worry, Gordon.
All but certain it was Gordon Freeman.
Oh, they know who I am. Blah!
He didn't come through.
Then where is
This game is so good.
Behind you.
Blah.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
Get out of here. Get out of sight. I'll come find you.
Yeah, and then those things are taking your picture and you don't know whether or not that actually matters. I hate those things. They're so invasive feeling. Just perfect. Mars not dead. Stop it. Mars free. All right. So new gameplay sequence. I'm interested in these transitions because I'm in. Ooh, look at that. It's probably all because of me. All those flying out of that thing. That's nerve-wracking. It's amazing what tiny little particle effects can do. Like, I'm sure those are nothing more than just particles, but like the implications of those particles is so great. And also this giant obelisk. You spend the entire game. It's like in the game Journey. Like you're going towards the mountain in that. In this one, you've got this constant reference of this giant alien structure off in the distance of your, I don't know, Eastern European world. Very good environmental storytelling anchor throughout everything. What do I...
Hey, Gordon.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's been a long
The
time.
Citadel's on full alert. I've never seen it lit up like that. Get out of City 17 as fast as you can, Gordon. Take the old canals, right? They'll get you to Eli's lab. It's a dangerous route, but there's a whole network of refugees, and they'll help you if they can.
Okay.
I'd come with you, but I gotta look after Dr. Kleiner. Oh, and before I forget, I think you dropped this back in Black Mesa.
Yeah.
Good luck out there, buddy.
For
You're gonna
real.
need it.
Thanks, Barney. Oh man. Full power. I need nothing else. Yeah, and then throw one of these guys at you and you're like, get out of my face! And you just feel like you can do anything. 2,000 stack now. That's probably the way I should have gone. Beat the ever living crap out of stuff. I love that they like popping shots at you all the time, but it's not actually that big of a deal. It's mostly there for urgency. The Citadel falling down. That would suck. I mean, suck more than it being there. Bringing aliens onto your planet, harvest you. I don't know, both of them suck. Whoa, hey, don't you be closing my door on me. Yeah, so this whole sequence is just about like panic run. That's cool. Once again, just like easing you in, get some health in case you're really bad. I'm kind of used to the Half-Life Alyx level of density for items and stuff. I'm like, want to look around in every corner and use my force pull. F for flashlight. Not quite as intense as the Doom 3 flashlight, but it's up there. I do think it's interesting that the first fight you have in this game is so up close and brutally personal.
You better run. There's nothing else you can do here.
I remember my wife watching me play this maybe 10 years ago or something, and she was like, "What? It's so dark." Like, that's gross. Like, yeah, it's pretty intense actually, now that I think about it. Not from a just normal gamer's perspective. It's a little intense. It's Q. Q. That's the button that swaps. And then I remember one time I was like, "Mom, look at these physics. These are amazing." When I was a teenager, and she watched this happen. Is it like he like rolled all the way down the stairs? And I was like, "Isn't that cool?" And she's like, "That's so dark." Yeah, the things you don't think about being a big deal if it's like real life. Yeah, that would be terrible if that's basically... If you're making the analogy to real life instead of this is a video game, you know, it's all pretend. Matter to you. When you're playing a game, you know those video game tropes. So this gun, I don't even know what's it called. The 9mm is so good. I mean, it looks really nice. The white stock, or I don't know gun names. Where are they coming from? Okay, so when I played this, or when I was watching the demos for this back in like 2003, just the demo videos of this game, the physics were so surreal to me. Like, I'd never seen something that wasn't just a pre-scripted animation for a death. And when it's like, it was just so surreal to watch somebody like crumble. Like, it was almost like gross. Like, it was too surreal or too natural or too real. So I guess I could understand like my mom's perspective. Like, that's a little dark, you know, because it kind of felt similarly. Where are they? Control. So I'm getting weird lag on the controls sometimes. Not all the time, but every once in a while. Like, there's input lag. I'll press forward and it won't do anything, or it'll like lock in the direction that I'm pressing. So sometimes I'll do like random weird things, but it doesn't seem to last more than like 2-3 seconds, so it's not that huge of a deal. Hey, stop it, man. Okay, the AI on these guys is pretty good. Like, they're simple, like easy AI, but like smart, simple AI. Trains? No trains. Okay, throw that over there. Oh, train ran away. Got another train. Okay, so I think one thing that would be interesting to analyze through this playthrough is the number, or how they keep tension up continually. Like, they're constantly back and forth, going back and forth between like action sequence and exploration sequence and a little bit of talking sequence, stuff like that. And there's not they never keep one thing going for too long, and so it just feels oh yeah, on this side of it now. Cool. It feels handcrafted once again for optimizing for this engagement, and I think they do a pretty dang good job. I know Valve notoriously like playtests the crap out of their games, and I wonder if that was like, this is how we make sure that the game's fun, you know? Like, I'm actually proud of myself that I'm aiming for their heads. I'm really not that great of a FPS gamer. So the fact that I'm even like thinking to aim for their heads and doing decent enough job is pretty great. There's not a lot of kickback and stuff in this. Over here. Okay, cool. Yeah, you just feel really powerful playing as Gordon Freeman. All these script things, once you're safely out of the way, they trigger that train coming in behind you. Yeah. Alright, water. The physics are so bonkers. Physics are hard, okay? Just the way that it pops me out of the water so fast is pretty great. I love those air bubble trails. It's a good touch. If you're in the water and enemies are shooting down at you, you could see those air bubbles from there. Tracers as well.
Good God. Guess those sirens are for you, huh? Good thing you found us. You're not the first to come through here by...
This is the Freeman. The Combine's reckoning has come.
Oh, man.
Look, we're just a lookout for the Underground Railroad. Main station's right around the corner. They'll get you started on the right foot. Meanwhile, let my Vortigaunt friend here give you a jolt to get you going.
It's great.
Be careful now. We really can't afford to get noticed. Civil protection catches you down here, it's bad news for the whole railroad.
We serve the same history.
The G-Man.
Hit the road, Jack.
Yeah, I know nothing about this game's like lore and stuff. I've played Half-Life 1. I've played Half-Life 2. Just vanilla, this one. And I'm about halfway through Half-Life Alyx, but I've never played any of the episodes. And, like, gone deep into the lore and stuff. Control? Yeah, Control. Yeah, Valve's perfect. So this is Valve's way to teach you to look up. Okay, so I just happen to know about this one. That getting players to look up so that they could design for environmental puzzles around, up and down, vertically instead of just horizontally. It was really, really hard, and so they had to teach people, like, there are hazards above you. Let me show you in a safe way that you can get eaten by your head, by these gnarly barnacles. And then people start paying attention a whole lot more going up. Playtesting. Playtesting matters. Alright, so this much slower combat sequence coming up here. Exploring back and forth. Man. Bunch of jerko jerks. Hey, stop it. All these guys only have 9mm at this point.
Station 12. This is Station 8. We heard 12 go down and out.
Aw,
Surgical
man.
strike units are targeting railway stations. Repeat, civil protection is coming down on underground stations. We're already getting refugees from 9 and outlying. Looks like we're... Station 8, do you copy? Station 8, are you there? We have confirmed reports of manhacks. Repeat, they're filling the underground with manhacks.
Foreshadowing. Manhacks foreshadowing. You know, I should get a chat little widget thing that shows up here, like in this empty space there between the screen and the gameplay, or my camera and gameplay. Top left corner. Whoa! Ladders. So satisfying.
Alert. Evidence of anti-civil activity.
Oh, yeah, so satisfying.
Contain.
Stop it. Suddenly I'm in like a Time Crisis rail shooter. That's pretty great. Wait, where are those coming from? Get back. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that's nonsense. Get that nonsense away from me. I'm running, okay, I'm going. I'm going. Man, in Alex, these guys take so many bullets, and they're just like nervous about using ammo in that game. I don't know if you need to be, but it's the feeling they give you because everything, like reloading your gun, takes so much effort and stuff that just pumping bullets into those barnacles feels like a waste. So you're like looking for any way to not have to fire your bullets at them. Oh hey.
Over here! Keep going, friend. That station was raided, but there's others up ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay here in case any others come through.
Oh, you're not done.
Keep the railway alive.
Conversations, because they're fully scripted and not dynamic to what you're doing. That is an interesting problem with these. Okay. Yeah. Oh jeez, yeah. Stop it. So I'm pretty sure that if that happened in real life, you would die. I watched a Mark Rober video about that. The concussion of the water against your also water body would just like absolutely jiggle your that's physics. Just absolutely jiggle your heart or your lungs to pieces and then you die. Oh my gosh, come on, man. I just emptied a full clip into that guy. A clip. Where do I go? This way. Oh man. Socio-endangerment level 1. Oh, nope, that didn't work. Okay, I died. I died there. That was cool. Very quickly got back in game.
Attention, community. Our procedure code is now in effect.
It's so satisfying. Hey, smart guy. Good to see you again.
Pressure. Sword. Sterilized.
Oh, so gross.
Individual, you are charged with socio-endangerment level 1. Protection unit. Prosecution code. Duty. Sword. Midnight. Alert. Community ground protection. Local unrest
Okay, so that's interesting. Like, I can't even see what the threat is, but they wanted me to know that this was back into threat zone. So I did this tiny little puzzle kind of thing. And then immediately I got thrown into this. And they were like, okay, we're throwing barrels at you again. Be ready for barrels. Yeah, you can see the little bubbles going through the water. Jeez. That's pretty cool. Oh, nonsense. Pure nonsense. How large is the Citadel in like like how large does it look? Or like, come on. There we go. Oh, something's dropping on me. Okay, I see what's going on. I'm pretty sure the Citadel is like hundreds of floors high. Maybe I'll just let these bombs do their thing. Okay, there's my exit. I remember thinking this water was like the coolest thing as well. Like the physics were always janky, but the reflections and stuff, very cool looking. Oh, yeah, that's okay. I'll run. I'll get out of here. You don't need to kill me. It's okay. And out of the combat sequence, I can't get out. They pulled a Nintendo and trapped me in the room. And now I need to do a physics puzzle. A game designed by Nintendo. Okay. So I need to get over there. And I've got a seesaw. They're like, look at our physics engine. Havoc is so cool. And then you learn. Oh, you can do what? Yeah, it can't be overstated just basically how freaking cool the physics was at the time. Now, I want to make sure that I'm like also clear that just because the physics were super cool at the time and it carried the original sales of the game does not mean that the game is continued to be good. And so the question is, why is this game still on so many lists of greatest game of all time kind of level? Like it's somewhere in the top 10. Pretty much all the time. So these physics are nothing new now, but they were incredible at the time. And hey, Frog Boy. Oh. One more. So, ask the chat. Why do you like this game? Have you played this game before? Why are you here? Huh! I'm so bad at this game. Let's see, do we need all of them to keep it from going down? Trap me in the room till I get it figured out. You must learn the physics engine. You must. Okay, I'll learn the physics engine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Gaben. So bad. Okay, let's try this one more time. Or hopefully only one more time. This jumping is so broken. Alright, so criticism. Physics are janky. It's its greatest selling point and its worst selling point. Both simultaneously. There we go. Silent man in suit versus robot people. That's not imposing in any way at all. Okay, notice they introduce us to the helicopter, and then it flies away, and then it comes around to start actually strafing us. It's nonsense. Pure nonsense. All you can do is hide. So good. You know, because your HEV suit is so strong. Because your HEV suit is so strong, they can throw bullets at you on a regular basis, and it makes sense in game. You're not just like a human sponge. Oh, come on! That barnacle right there is so good. Ah, give me. Yeah. All right. Yay! Thank you. The Lambda caches. Okay, I see what's going on. These guys. You know, Lambda calculus is like a thing, and Lambda functions, and like I learned that that's like a Greek letter, but at the time I was like, why do people keep using Lambda as a... Really? What do you know about the Half-Life 2 update? Like, obviously it's mysterious. Is this Tyler McVicker pulling this news out? Data mining or something? This really is the 20th anniversary, isn't it? Because 2004, 2024, and it was November? I think it was November when this game came out 20 years ago. I was a freaking teenager, and I was so stoked about this game. That's right. Serves you bloody right. You know what? I can't be excited about a Half-Life 3 until it's real. I've spent too many years of my life excited about Half-Life 3. But hoping on hope, Half-Life 3 would be pretty rad. I feel like Valve has not gotten bad at making games. They've just gotten sparse at making games. I refuse to be lulled into a false sense of a Half-Life 3. Alright, am I ready? Whew, that was close. I'm sure it wasn't close, but it felt close. Full. Full. Alright, nice to be full. Is this when they start throwing manhacks at me? Boo. It's actually... so quiet suddenly. Yeah, the audio design in this game's great. Seems kind of ironic that the Underground Railroad is actually a railroad company.
Poor bastard doesn't stand a chance. Sounds like they're calling in every CP unit in City 17. Now they're flooding the areas ahead with manhacks. You better get going before they sweep through here. Oh shit!
Freaking manhacks. You know, he picks up crowbar to teach you should use crowbar. I think that's interesting. All the little subtle tricks that Valve uses to teach you how to play their game. That was a good one. I seem to get the feeling that a lot of people don't really like that Valve does so much with Steam and not as much with games. I think I get that because, you know, they make good games and stuff, and Steam's got a pretty solid monopoly on the PC gaming market and stuff right now. But, you know, I really like Steam. And as a designer, like, it would be awesome to work at Valve, because there's just a lot of experimental stuff that they do that never sees the light of day because it's not high enough quality, and they don't need to release games to stay solvent. I find that pretty... I mean, it's interesting that we think of them as a game studio because they do hire game developers and stuff still, but I don't have the stack next to me because it's in my bag over there. But I've got stacks and stacks of game design notes and scribbles and stuff that I would love to have the time to be able to prototype and play around with. And it's just not commercially viable to do that in the way that I would like. I'm getting that input lag again. Waiting for that to go away before I go in. There we go. Those manhacks are so good. They managed to make them not extremely difficult to fight. They're more terrifying than anything else. Oh. But the physics on them and everything, they're just really, really compelling enemies. I love those. I'm actually surprised. Last time I played this game, I seem to remember it being a lot harder. And I'm on the medium difficulty, I think, right? Let's see. Yeah, I'm on normal. But I'm playing it through everything on default settings on purpose. I just want to see what is the vanilla version of this game. Sorry, I gotta explore the corners first. There we go. Ah, manhacks! Okay. New sequence. I see what's going on. Oh, I got a new gun. Freaking heck, yes. What's this one called? SMG. Oh, that thing crushed me. Okay, that's the thing. don't get dead by the thing. Oxygen up. My kid just came in. It's fun. I want to watch with you. Oh man, wasting all my SMG bullets. Ah! I feel like this is the first real, like, surprising and hard combat sequence that I've gotten into the game so far. This might be a turning point to pay attention to. Oh, hey man. Really, do you have a good game design that you make a story for? By the way, I'm a game dev, so any ideas help. What's your question, Frogboy? Specifically, I don't quite understand. Am I working on a game that I have a good story for, or do I have thoughts on how to make good game design or something? Or yeah, like clarify in the chat, and we'll talk about it. See what I can do to help. And I'm curious what kind of game dev you do. Quiet, talking to my kid. DB Source. Is DB Source the website that keeps track of like Steam games or something? I vaguely remember that. Or yeah, fill me in. How do I get out of here? Where? I guess maybe. What am I trying to do? This way? Oh, probably this way. Yeah, here we go. Oh, that's nonsense. Input lag. Oh man. Yeah, I was just complaining that the game wasn't that hard, and then suddenly they upped the difficulty. They would do that. They're like, alright. Knowing Valve, they've got like biometric feedback attached to me somehow that I don't know about. Run! Don't be dumb. These guys are so cool. Just aesthetic appeal alone, the manhacks are so great. Whew. Anything in here? Maybe just a secret room. Yeah, it looks like just a secret room. The music's still going, so I feel very intense. Wait, that's gotta be the way though. Take a slower look. Yeah. I know my video game tropes. I'm in a linear hallway. What am I gonna drop into? Oh, the manhack room. I remember this. What does the DB in DB source stand for? So I made I'm aware of how that works. So I made this mod for Doom 3 back in like 2005, and I have not kept it up to date. And it's one of the things that I always think about doing, going back and changing the code so that it works on modern releases of Doom 3, but I just haven't done it. So having your mods break with SDK updates and stuff is a thing. But I'll be honest, I don't spend a lot of time in the Half-Life modding community. It's there's a lot of community and additions and stuff. Right now I'm playing through everything vanilla. I'm trying to see, you know, what made these games feel great, as close to vanilla as I can get them. Oh, janky physics. Okay, I'm sure there are rules that make this make sense. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Buzz. That they kamikaze you. Okay, yeah, so Frog Boy, ideas, mechanics, anything that might make a good third game. Are you talking about like third person game? Or 3D game? 3D game. Silly me. I'm trying to read. Oh my gosh! Oh, it just like popped me across. Must have been. There must be like specific ladder dismounting scripts for every time you do that, because I just like moved and suddenly it was there. Man, yeah, tell me, I don't know, are you already working on a game, or are you stupid? Kind of figured it out, I guess. Alright, yeah, not my favorite room right there. Room dismount. So I tend to really like systems mechanics. Like I kind of have this hill that I want to die on, where I think that most, I think that the best games have been yet to be made. I think that mechanically we haven't reached peak understanding of games and their potential as a medium. And a lot of that is the balance between how we tell stories, using game mechanics. And so I tend to really like game mechanics that are thematically driven and match the game that they're in. FPS story-based game. Yeah, okay, so, I mean, you want to go super story-based game with mechanics, story-based first-person shooter game, then Half-Life 2 is a pretty good example. Seems like what they've done is they just really handcraft everything. Everything is linear. Excuse me. Everything's linear on purpose, because they can really control. Yeah, I don't even know what's happening. My controls are just going bonkers there. Then you kind of have more the open linear kind of things like Deus Ex or Thief. I haven't played Escape from Tarkov. I'm not super great at online games. I'm not good at games, so I don't like sucking. So I don't play a lot of online games. And I get kids and things like that. So, you know, Wait, is this the room that I started in? Okay, so what do I do now? I don't really know where to go. I come from here? Yeah, I think I did. Not paying attention, that's what I get. Oh. Okay, okay. How do I get up there? Maybe it's just a manhack entrance. Let's try this again. Coming this way. Get over there. How do I get over there? That's all I want. Right? That's what I want to do. Surprise, surprise! I'm like caught off guard by the level design. Oh, big tube, big tube. Okay, I can figure that out. Let me go get this health pack because I was slow. Big red tube. Oh, come on. Ladder physics. Biggest criticism of this game. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Dragon Ball source? That's so freaking rad. Yeah, it sounds really, really fun. I've never heard of Tomato Way before. You know, I think the most linear game that I've ever played was Dear Esther. Any walking simulator like that. No puzzles, just walk through and get an experience. And you know, I really like them. Yeah, I'm coming. I hear you. I don't want to drown. Just patience, apparently. Input lag, it's doing weird things. So this is pretty... usually when I just jump in to play Half-Life 2 for the nostalgias, I don't get this far. So it's kind of why I wanted to have a little bit longer of a stream today. I don't know that I've... I might even play it again tomorrow. I don't know. I want to make sure that when I write up my one-page analysis that I've got enough that actually captures what I think works well with it. And a lot of this is like the story beats. You know, it's driving the car, it's going on the pontoon boat, it's fighting the antlions, all those things, all in combination, are, I think, stronger than any individual portion by itself. Yeah, heck yes, Frog, for that. I 100% agree. The vital sign flatlining. I feel like I really need to look up who the audio team was for this game. I didn't realize till this playthrough how solid the audio experience is in creating this whole vibe. Oh crap. The ambient music. So I just played through the remake of Riven not too long ago, and the ambient music is really great in that game. But this back and forth like interplay between combat and ambient music and then just environmental audio, it's a pretty great balance. And it's surprising like how long this game is because of how handcrafted it is. They really took their time to just make this game really good. A lot of respect for the Valve employees and letting them just do their thing. Was that just a aside? An aside? Let me try this direction. It came out here, right? Yeah. What's this way? Probably was over there. I know in Halo they spent a whole lot of time trying to make sure you knew where to go based on lighting and stuff like that, and it's just level design for Navigation 101, and I'm always probably surprised is probably the right word when I get lost in such a heavily curated game like this. And I don't know that I'd say that that's a problem with the design as much as maybe I'm not paying attention or whatever the case is. It's interesting to think about though. How can it make my own designs better? The coast chapter being done on foot. Congratulations. Oh wait, no wonder I couldn't figure it out. I went all the way across and then walked the bridge, but that's the exit. Okay, I see what was going on. Just wasn't looking vertical like they were training me to do. Alright, so they foreshadowed us with that helicopter earlier, and we're slapping us in another sequence with the helicopter. Oh, radioactive goo. Good Half-Life trope. Ah, input lag. Stop it. What is happening? Okay. There we go. Aw man, introducing head crabs now.
We got word you were coming. You got here at a bad time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Black Mesa East to Station 6. Do you read? Dr. Freeman is on his way downriver. Lend him the airboat and...
Stanley Parable is hilarious.
Gordon Freeman has returned.
I love the Stanley Parable.
Better get going now.
One of my favorite games. There's just, once again, I at the beginning of the stream I was talking about how comedy in games is so hard to do because so much of it takes timing. But Half-Life 2 manages to, and Portal, manages to capture that because of their real-time cinematics and stuff. And Stanley Parable also manages to just capture it because you can walk around a corner and just have the perfect line, and you can do like three of the same sequence over and over and over, and it's only on the third one that you get a funny line, stuff like that. Like, so much curation really makes Stanley Parable just so funny. And like, it just the scriptwriter was so good, and the narrator is also really good. Okay, so they've just thrown us into a very different feeling scenario here. Be interesting to look at all of these levels as like nodes in a sequence. I feel like there would be a lot of like categorize them one after another, just kind of a level by level analysis of when do they... Oh yeah, okay, that's not gnarly. When do they up the tension? When do they let it back down? When is it a... like, what's the sequence that they follow? Is there a pattern? Somehow, and was that something they planned, or did they come up with that sequence? Did they come up with that sequence only after playtesting and then they reorganized levels? Be interesting to know those kinds of things. Yeah, my last video from 4 years ago where I was like, it's a game design channel. And then I was like working so much that I never made any videos. No, that's what I'm trying to do here, is I'm trying to revive the channel, I do work in the industry as a game designer, and I want to push the game design medium forward. And I've always wanted to do a stream. I've just never had time, and just the way the projects are at work right now, I have this time to do professional development, and so I'm taking full advantage of the time during work hours to be able to flex my game design chops and create some cool content for you all. So hopefully it works. I mean, I've never really streamed anything before, and I'm learning along the way. I'm doing the David Perry challenge, obviously based on the title, and what that means. Like, I want to do a video that explains what that means, so that, you know, like, it makes sense what I'm doing. Probably not supposed to be able to get up there. That's kind of interesting. Oh, jeez. Can I, like... No, looks like I'm just gonna get shocked. That's cool. It's cool. I don't need to be alive. You know, I never actually thought about where do these head crabs like come from, but for some reason I never picked up that they just like drop these on us like freaking parasites. Jerk. Combine. Ah. Input lag. Oh, it's doing crazy stuff. Okay, that was not cool. I don't think I'm gonna get to Ravenholm today, but it's a very terrifying experience. Welcome back, smart guy. That guy flew.
Hey, Dr. Freeman.
Hey.
Been hoping you'd show up. Got the
Hey, thanks.
all gassed up and ready to go.
Airboat. Dang. Alright, I got about 20 more minutes before I need to hop off the stream.
Up at Station 7. Just a few bends up the river. It's the old red barn. Climb on in. Fire her up.
I love this thing, this janky physics thing. They had so much fun with the physics engine. Whoa. Yeah, this is a fun sequence. Get a little bit used to it. The most recent game I worked on was NBA 2K25. There's a lot of games that I've currently got my fingers in, but they're under NDAs and I can't really talk about them right now. I'm somewhat new to the industry, hence me doing continuing ed like this. So the games that I'm working on are not released yet. But I'll definitely keep you in the loop as those get announced or released. Mostly been working on mods and stuff over the years. Ooh, I saw a Lambda thing, but I'm not sure I care to go get it. G-Man! G-Man! Hello, G-Man. the one of the few times that I know is there. Oh, yeah, I thought that was going to take the bridge down. I did that on purpose, expecting a different outcome. Give us some leaks. Yeah, I like my job. I'm not gonna give you some leaks, bro. Thanks for the supplies. Supplies. Oh, yeah. I super vaguely remember this one. Don't need to like, yeah. It's so interesting that they throw these puzzles in here, because this is such not a puzzle game. But to break up the combat, they throw in these puzzles, and so they're kind of like, they feel like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom style puzzles. They're not super curated, they're just kind of here, you know? Let's see, how do we get these guys out? I need a couple more. Stop it! Yeah, I don't like you. There we go. Not a whole lot of sidetracking here, just push this off. Cool. Yeah, so my brother was working on a game forever ago, and then he was talking about it at a family reunion, or a family get-together, not a family reunion, just like us. And then I made some mention about, like, when after the trailer came out, it was before the trailer came out, and made some mention on social media, Facebook back in the day, like, oh yeah, it's good to see the trailer finally after, you know, you told us about it or something. And he was like, hey, can you go delete your comment, because they'll like fire me if they knew I told you about this. And I was like, oh whoa, game industry's hardcore. So yeah, it's not good juju to talk about the stuff you're on unless you're given explicit permission. Bye-bye. Oh, that was the wrong way to go. I love this stuff. Yeah, bye. I used to play Half-Life 2 Deathmatch all the time, and that vital signs sound was like every single time anybody died ever. It was pretty great. That's what I was expecting earlier. Feels so good. Ah! I saw that, I knew it was coming, and I still fell for it. Yeah, once again, here I am, like, oh, that's very cinematic. Love that. Oh, wow. How much, or like, what's the pattern of going back and forth between these combat and action sequences, and then like defining those? What would they be called? I feel like, where's that citadel at? There it is.
We now have direct confirmation of a disruptor in our midst. One who has acquired an almost messianic reputation in the minds of certain citizens. His figure is synonymous with the darkest urges of instinct, ignorance, and decay.
That's me.
The worst excesses of the Black Mesa incident have been laid directly at his feet. And yet unsophisticated minds continue to imbue him with romantic power, giving him such dangerous poetic labels.
Valve's Nintendo for PC games. They make games for the outdated hardware. I love that. I mean, I would definitely call them the Nintendo PC. Maybe not for that reason, but I'd never thought of it like that before. Oh yeah, these grenades. Dr. Breen's the worst. Ooh, okay. Is that a gun? No, just a camera. Man, I haven't flexed my like hitting buttons to swap weapons, like the number pad and stuff like that, for a long time. Kind of feels nice that I haven't totally lost it. Yeah, so I've got a Steam Deck and I really love it. It's definitely outdated hardware. And it's not like their engines are made... Come on, input lag, stop it. It's not like their engines themselves are outdated. It's just like, they just polish and optimize their games a bunch. Which feels really good. There's not a ton of companies that can afford to polish their games as much as they do, and everyone wants to. But it's just so hard. The crickets, or the frogs, or whatever. Yeah, it's a rare opportunity that somebody can really just absolutely polish the heck out of a game like they'd want to. Foreshadowing. This game's way more interesting once it gets harder. Like, I'm actually like having to think about it, and I'm not talking as much because I'm just having a good time. And having to focus so heavily on the game. I feel like it's a pretty good indicator that the game's doing something well. Well, that was fun. Okay, yeah, okay. I see what you did there. This is part of the game that I remember basically nothing about, so this is pretty exciting to be able to play through this.
300 Blackrock intake hub.
Oh man. Yeah, this is a cool sequence. I remember this part existing. Oh, I used that. Okay. Is there any health that I missed over here? Because I was like, I don't need no health nonsense. Okay, that just threw me right up. That was funny. Yeah, let's go get that one. Stop at input. Lag, this is weird. Oh, I did not like that. Oh, guess I use that one too. You know, I have some pretty mixed feelings about how Valve company structure works. So it's definitely not a model that works for everybody. But I'm kind of like, I would love to work at Valve because of that structure. I mean, that's how I operate best, is when I don't have an explicit boss telling me exactly what to do on a regular basis. Now, I mean, clearly there are trade-offs, right? With when you work at an EA or a Visual Concepts or something like that, everything is very structured, and you can very much go to work, put in your time, do good work when you're there, and then you leave. But if you're kind of like one of those creative people that you would do R&D or be an indie developer, and you just you're really good at what you do, and you've been around a really long time, and you don't need that kind of self-direction, or you don't need that top-down direction to succeed. Valve is a great place to be able to be treated with that kind of level of respect for your expertise and talent. The downside is that the combination of, well, Steam makes their money. The games don't need to make their money, and so then when your output making games is not a requirement for company success, then it's not necessarily lazy workers. I mean, like, Valve employees are working hard every day. They're just not working on stuff that's going to be released, or it might be released, but they don't know yet because it hasn't been play tested and gone through, and maybe they don't have somebody that's carrying the whole project all the way through, and so, I mean, that translates to fewer games, and that's kind of the thing that's hard to. Oh man, I guess I should have paid attention where I was going. I thought that was a ramp. But they have other qualities, like Valve is just a very unique game, and I don't know that I would want them to be different than what they are. Yes, I would love them to release more games. Yes, I would love that they're, for there to be fewer weird, like, interactions between, players and the developers of the games, or, the employees that get let go, or the internal culture and stuff. But, like, those things are part of every company. It's just Valve's is different, and therefore much more, I don't know, criticized. But for a company like that to work, like, you just absolutely have to be top tier. You know, you have to individually be top tier. I just had a car thrown at me. It's cool. Ugh. This sequence. This might be what I end up leaving on. Let's see if I can manage to get some additional HP somewhere. Whoa, input lag, dang it. Oh, this is no good. Still alive. That's cool. I like that one. Removing the thing instead of adding the thing. Shotgun shells. Is that shotgun shells? I don't have a shotgun. Was that shotgun shells? I don't know. They coaxed me out of my car, but I think I need to get back in. Alright, so any wrap-up thoughts before I go? I got like 3 minutes. Half-Life 2 is a pretty stellar game. It's just super curated. It's really tightly tense. It's got great environments, audio, the sequence. It's got some problems with the physics, the janky physics, but I think that's physics more than... I don't know, they made the idea to rely on it super strongly. They went all in. I don't fault them for that in any way. And I think before I go in here, I'm gonna kill the stream. So thanks for hanging out with me today, y'all. And I'll be back tomorrow, probably with Tetris, I think.